Good evening. How are we?
Good evening,
Very
Andy.
well. What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about?
Well, are we addressing the 80s films first? Or?
Yeah.
You can go where you want.
Let's go.
Andy, you've made the effort to call us.
So, I'm going to have to go original Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's still men of a certain age that paint a fence a certain way on the back of that film for me.
Yes. Was
Yeah.
it wipe on, wipe off?
Wipe on, wipe off.
Is that
Wax on, wax off.
Wax on.
Wax on.
Fence, up and down, wrist action.
What?
Oh, dear.
Oh, wrist
Who are you
action.
talking about there?
What are you talking about, mate?
Well, I'm talking about the film, I don't know what you guys And then
Very immature from us. Very immature. Sorry.
honourable mention to Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, I've got to say. for
Roadhouse.
me.
Yeah.
Which one? What was
Roadhouse. I only ever
Roadhouse.
saw it once.
that? I've never seen that.
Yeah. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roadhouse. Roadhouse. What was that about?
So he's a bouncer and he goes to sort out a load of problems for some little village somewhere. You'd have to watch
Like
it.
a remote village. Like a remote village, and there's a lot going on.
You'd have to watch it, but it's a good one.
Roadhouse. I'm gonna write that down. Roadhouse.
Conor McGregor did a remake with Jake Gyllenhaal, but I haven't watched that one.
Roadhouse. I like 80s vibe music, films
We'll try
because
and get some music out as well. And is that what you phoned up for, or do you want to say something else?
No, so Premier League,
Go on.
I've got a bit of an agreement with Carlton in that, so salary caps, but not as an individual. So like the NFL, you've got a salary cap as a team.
Right.
So if you want to pay someone 600 grand a week, that's fine.
Right.
But then the rest of the players, you've got to fit into your salary cap to make sure that you're compliant. So it helps FFP, and everybody's on a bit more of a level playing field. If you want to pay Salah 400 grand a week, that's fine, but you're paying Andy Robertson 100 grand a week. So every team has the same cap every year, basically.
yeah.
So it just becomes a bit more of a level playing field, I think.
Yeah, look, for me, I was just talking about salary caps anyway. But I didn't go into the crux of it or how it would be structured. But if you're going to structure it like that, that's one way of doing it. Definitely.
But do you not? The problem we've got with salary caps is that where did you say that is in the NFL?
Yeah, so the NFL every year, every team has, I think, like it's about, say, $200 million or something daft like that, and every team has to structure their players' contracts accordingly to that. So if you've got like a top earner, so a Salah, then he's obviously getting paid more than somebody else, but everybody else has to understand that they're getting a bit less because your top earners are earning more.
But the problem you're going to have with that, I mean, the NFL's fine, but they have no competition abroad, do they? So if the Premier League had a salary cap, it ultimately would be detrimental to the Premier League because clubs like PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, they won't have a salary cap, and they will benefit, wouldn't they?
Probably, but I suppose
It'll be worldwide.
You're doing it worldwide now?
We're doing worldwide.
Hold on, that's not what's written here.
No. I'm not.
If you have your way for being told, okay, well, the Premier League are going to do their own thing, I think they'd probably try and pull some strings to make sure that all the top leagues, anyway, are playing off the same hymn sheet. I don't know. I know it's a tricky one, but
it is a tricky one. Great idea, but it is a tricky one. I don't know how they would deploy it, but look, for me, I just think football doesn't go stupid and silly.
What do you mean it's gone stupid and silly?
It's already gone stupid.
You're part of the problem, yeah.
Yeah, I am.
You're part of the problem at the beginning of it, right? You were before, just after the beginning of it.
Yeah.
You're part of the problem. It's Coley trying to sort out a problem.
I didn't create it.
He part of creating it.
There's nothing to do with me.
Let's go and speak to Mohammed, who's a Man United fan. Mohammed, good evening. Welcome to the show. Mohammed?
Mo,
it's Mo there.
How are you guys doing?
There he is. There he is. What happened there?
How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm fine, Mo.
Yeah, that's on mute.
Did you have us on mute?
It's gone again.
Yeah, I think Mo's right.
We got a dodgy line in you.
No, basically, because I'm sat in the car, I had my auxiliary cable in, but I split the...
Oh, that's a big word. Auxiliary. You had your aux in, yeah?
Take your cable out.
Yeah.
If you take it out. Don't think it's taken out. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I've taken it out.
Right, okay. It's not the greatest line. Go on.
Let's get to what you want to get to now. What 80s movie? What you got for me?
There's a couple of films.
What have you got for me?
I don't think.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Mo?
Right. So I've got...
No, I think we have to come... I don't know what's... Can we get... I think something's going on with Mo's auxiliary lead.
His auxiliary cord.
There's a little bit of a gap, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Mo's auxiliary.
No, we're gonna try and get
His
that.
aux is not working properly.
His aux is not working.
Yeah, the aux.
03717223344. What would you do to change the Premier League? Anything you want. You're God. You've got a magic wand. You can wave it about and say, "Here's what I'm going to do," and it's going to stick. Also, plus 80s films, your best 80 films after 40 years ago today. Rocky IV was released. Let's go and speak to Richard, who's a Palace fan. All right, Rich. Good evening. We're trying to get him up. There he is. There he is. Rich. Oh, Rich. No. We've got another dodgy line.
Is it us?
We're going to go for it now. Is he there? Rich. There he is. Rich.
Hi, Jason.
Hello, matey.
Hi, Richard.
Sorry,
How
mate.
are you?
Could you just hear me saying, Rich?
Is it us? Is it us? Do you think?
I think it might be us.
No,
I don't think it might be
I
us.
can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Rich, welcome to the show.
Thank you. My point is slightly disagree with Carlton and more agree with you, Jason.
Oh, okay, here we go.
got-
Go
here's
on,
a-
he's going to start a fight.
Oh, that's yeah. What are you trying to start? What are you trying to start here, Rich?
No, I agree with you with getting rid of Premier League 2.
What do you agree about? What do you agree about that though? What is it that you agree with?
That I've watched some of the under-21, 23s academy football, and to me, it's not a grounding for the men's football.
Definitely not.
It comes across kind of like a friendly. There's not enough jeopardy in it.
Yeah.
Whereas, because I'm an old git, so I had friends back in the day who played reserve team football at Brentford, Chelsea, stuff like that.
Oh, you did you? So you see the value in it.
You played, Rich?
I actually, non-league, but I had friends who played pro.
Right,
Okay, yeah.
How old are you, Rich?
60 this year.
Right,
So-
who are your mates? Can you name a few?
Johnny Finch used to be at Fulham and Chelsea.
Johnny Finch, don't know the name. Finchy? No, I don't know the name. Who else?
No, Keith Jones.
Keith Jones at Chelsea. Reading? Yeah, no, Jonah.
Oh, so yeah. So you know all the Chelsea lads then?
Yeah.
Well, West London.
Oh, you're West London. Yeah. That's my neck of the woods.
And friends, I had friends. My best friend was friends with Roger Stanislas, Brentford back in the day.
Yeah, Roger.
Oh.
Yeah, another name.
But yeah, I like I say, I agree with you.
Yeah. On
That
that
get
one.
rid of it.
Yeah. Not
And
get rid of it, just to replace it with reserves. That's what I want. Just
Yeah,
so we
replace
use
it
the
with
reserve
reserve
league
football.
better. Yeah.
Yeah. But the only thing I disagree with you is when you said you wouldn't take the $2,000. You want half
Jeez,
their
bizarre,
wages.
mate.
Okay, go on. Come on. Explain to me.
Do the deal.
So I've got a player on. Say he said 25 grand. Peterborough,
Yeah, say 25 grand.
Peterborough need a player.
Give me a wage for okay. Let's talk about an 18-year-old, right?
Yeah.
What's he on?
Well, I'll take the wage out of the equation because the way I see it is he's on 25 grand, but you're happy for him to stay at your club, not develop, rather than him go somewhere and only pay $2,000 and develop.
All right. Put it this way, mate.
Oh dear.
This is what it is. As a club, I've had players go to a club before and not play at all because there's no contribution to wages because it doesn't affect their pockets. So they'll bring in a player to because their main striker or their main midfielder is injured, so they'll go, let's look into the loans market. You go and get a player, he goes on loan to the team. The player starts playing, plays 1 or 2 or 3 games, doesn't play anymore because he's the old player, that the tried and tested experienced player comes in and takes the boy's place, and then he don't get on the field for the rest of the season. Do you think that's fair?
No, I don't think that's fair. But then there should be, like I say, there should be some jeopardy. What would you expect to play? How many games would you expect him to play?
I'm not expecting. Listen,
January.
no. So I'm not I'm expecting a fair crack at the whip. That's what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting a player to go on loan somewhere and just be a polyfiller just because their main man's injured.
I understand your concerns. Yep.
That's my concern. So there's got to be some type of commitment on the loan player's end where he's going to, because they got to say, do you know what? Well, if we don't play him, we got to pay a certain amount, and that's not going to be good for us.
So you're saying they make a financial commitment?
They got to make
they're more committed. Okay, all right, but half seems steep, Coley.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.